Hi there everyone, and welcome back to the channel that posts random garbage. So today we're going to be making a recipe requested by my boss, and for that reason it will be called Patrick's Jerky. This is a slight variation of the Age of Anderson's honey habanero, but instead we'll be using a couple different ingredients and a little less of his ingredients. So to start off, we're going to need a couple of habanero peppers, and we have And we have 30 grams roughly of habaneros, a couple different colors. Doesn't matter. We're gonna need some garlic powder, some onion powder, a little bit of hot sauce, whatever you like. I'll be using Cholula and Sriracha. On top of that, we're gonna be needing a little Worcestershire and some tamari for our gluten-free friends. Lastly, we'll need some sugars, and I have some maple syrup and some raw knotweed honey. Of course, we're gonna need our top, bottom, or eye round. This one's pretty cheap. It's a top round. It was on sale. And you can use anything like a flank, whatever you want really. Just cut against the grain or with the grain, depending on how chewy you want your beef jerky. And of course, can't forget some 57 sauce as per requested by Patrick. So start by dumping in our tamari. I'm gonna do about all that we have, 20 milliliters. Calls for 60, but maybe we'll add a little salt to supplement that's missing. 175 milliliters of the Worcestershire. Keep it coming, keep it coming, keep it coming. And that's good. We're gonna supplement a little bit of what was called for in the recipe of this with our 57. Go, I think, I don't know, I put like 20 milliliters. Add the hot sauce. It says add a whole bottle of this, but I'm gonna add just maybe like 40 milliliters and 40 milliliters of sriracha. Now we're gonna add 5 grams of garlic powder and 5 grams of onion powder. Next, we're gonna add 12 fluid ounces of whatever sugars you desire, really. Like I said, I'm just using this raw knotweed honey and some maple syrup. And actually, I'm gonna do 8 ounces, I think, because 12 ounces, from what I'm seeing already, it's gonna be a lot. With the habaneros, you just wanna pluck them off. Oh, that one is stuck. And we're just gonna give them a rough chop. Keep all the seeds and everything if you want it to be nice and spicy. It's gonna have a nice kick. So these orange ones are getting old. Glad I'm doing this. My boss pretty much gave me a bunch of money to make this for him. It's good for me. Get to use up some of my ingredients. You don't want to forget to wash your hands before your significant other gets home after touching this. Trust me, I've made that mistake. Might as well cut up these jalapenos real quick while my hand is all spicy. I wish that you would step back from that jerky, my friend. Delicious side recipe, jalapenos, water, put some sugar in there. I like to put a decent bit. Then just reduce them down until they're candied. Now we're just gonna mix this up and make them all real nice and friendly. I'm gonna add a tiny bit of oil. Just a little to help that spice move around. Kinda want my boss to get gut. Ooh, ooh. I tasted the tiniest bit off my hand. Ooh. Spicy. Let's bust into this. Pull out a fancier knife for this too. Something my dad got me. Nice gift. We're just gonna trim off a lot of this excess fat. Now that we got our meat all sliced up and reasonably free of fat and sinew, I'm gonna just take a look at it. Notice the grain is running this way. If you want a chewier jerky, you'll cut it along that. If you're like me, you're gonna want some long, thin slices. Once I cut this up, I'll cut back to you. Ideally, you would freeze the meat a little bit before you cut it, and that makes it a lot easier to work with and get more even slices. But we're just gonna take what we got, okay? We're not doing anything too fancy here. Just making it nice. A whole new jerky. A magical jerky I never knew. Once you have all of your beautiful jerky cut, bring this over, toss it all in. I'm gonna go through each piece, make sure that it gets fully submerged. Get in there with both hands, knock it around, separate all the pieces, throw it in the sauce. Now we got our bowl of meat. We're just gonna wrap it up, treat it like a nice baby. Put it to sleep in the fridge for 36 hours minimum. Just push it nice and down, get that air out. And we're gonna just mix it every 12 hours or so of the 36. Thank you for tuning into the first episode of Who Gives a Shit? Coming in part 2, we're gonna dehydrate our meat after drying it off. I'll show you that process when we get there.